Shalom, Yasharala, all praises and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai, in sincerity and in truth with this great gospel, man. Enemy knows your weakness. If you're an Israelite, your enemies know your weakness to make you fall in this society, man. I'm gonna kick it off with the scriptures. I'm gonna go to the book of Psalms 83 and let's do verse 3. It says, man, let's start at 2. For lo, thine enemies, this is Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. And who hates us, man? Any other nations, all the other nations outside of the children of Israel. Even our people hate us too, but you got to realize all the nations that were created are against us. It says, what nation have not taken part in our destruction, our fall, man? All these nations had us in subjection at one time or one point, or we were at war with them. So right now, the last and final shit, we at war with all these motherfuckers right now. To be honest, they all in power and we ain't got nothing. Why? Because they took crafty counsel. They know what it took to make us fall. I'm gonna read this. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones." They have against who? The children of Israel. Because you got to realize they hate Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. These people, these heathens, they hate righteousness. They hate laws. They hate ordinances, righteous ordinances. That's why they go to create their wicked ass ordinance laws, and that's why they have their false gods that let them do whatever they want. You got one. You go to Japan, they got a spirit of penis worshiping. Penis worshiping. You go to other countries, they worshiping elephants and snakes and all type of weirdness. Lord ain't dealing with that bullshit. I'm gonna read this. It says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance," man. That's what I'm gonna read from there. And I'm gonna go here to the book of the Song of the Three Holy Children. I'm going to start at verse 4, right? And it says, "For thou art righteous in all the things that thou hast done to us." Yeah, the Lord sent these heathens against us to bring us down. And what was one of the things that the Lord made the heathens do in this last final captivity? Take away our identity. Take away our identity. That's why they took crafty counsel, man. They took away our knowledge of the Bible, of who we are as the people. Killed all the elderlies. What did they do in slavery? They killed all the old and left the young. Separated the families. Divide and conquer. That's how this devil maneuvers. But who sent him? It was Yahweh Hashem Yahushua who did all these things to us. Did all these things to us. In this society, they want you to stay in your dead state, in your slumber state. And how do they do that? By getting you to sin. By getting you to continue to do wickedness. The same thing that made you fall from the grace of that made you fall from the number one spot on the earth is what these devils want you to continue to do in this wicked ass society, man. I'm gonna read this. It says, "The Song of the Three Holy Children," verse 4. It says, "For thou art righteous in all the things that thou hast done to us. Yea, true are all thy works. Thy ways are right, and all thy judgments truth. In all the things that thou hast brought upon us, and upon the holy city of our fathers, even Jerusalem, thou hast executed true judgment. For according to truth and judgment didst thou bring all these things upon us because of our sins." Because of our sins. And let's go to this. That's what happened. Jake was sinning. People were transgressing the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, trying to set up their own righteousness and wickedness. This is 1 John 3 verse 4. It says, "Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth the law, also transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law." For sin is the transgression of the law. Let's go to the definition of transgression. Transgression. And it says, "An act that goes against a law, rule, or code of conduct an offense. See, what we did was offensive to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. When Jake started worshiping these false deities, worshiping these false gods and false idols, and setting up their own, creating their own idols to worship. The Lord took an offense, and that was what it says: an act that goes against a law. What law? The laws and statutes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the laws that was given to Moses to give to the children of Israel, man. And these devils, they already know, man, to keep these motherfuckers in full subjection. Well, that's what they think, is to keep them going off. When they don't understand, this is the Lord's show. This is the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua's movie. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushua controls the whole thing. So when he's ready to bring us back to, when he's ready to deliver us, he's going to deliver us. It don't matter how filthy and wicked Israel is as a whole, because 2/3 is already set up to be destroyed. So it's really all about the 1/3. It don't matter what these 2/3 continue to do. They can continue to sin. Esau gave them, a license to sin. I'm going to read the book of Proverbs 12, verse 26. It says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. Who's the righteous? The children of Israel. The children of Israel, man. From Abraham unto Isaac unto Jacob. And who's that seed right now? It's you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the scattered seed throughout all these different countries. And the Lord's only coming to redeem the elect out of the nation of Israel right now. The 2/3, you have no hope. It says the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. Yeah, you've been kicked in the butt by wickedness. That's what happened. You've been kicked in your ass by wickedness, man. These devils gave you a freedom to reign and do whatever the fuck you want to do in this society, and you done fell in love with wickedness. In these people's mind, there's no benefits that come with being good. Being good, they say, you see what they say, good guys finish last. Right? Nice guys, what they say, nice guys finish last, something like that. And in this society, man, they always rooting for the bad guy. Why? Because you got bad, wicked motherfuckers in rulership. Bad, wicked people in rulership. So what? We know that sin is the transgression of the law. They want you to keep sinning. They want you to keep going off. That's why they give you abominable foods. That's why most of your foods coming through your neighborhood is filled with pork. That's why the kind of television that's being promoted to is what? Adultery, murder, drug use, ignorance, aggression, hate towards your own selves. This devil is on point like a needle, man. He's doing everything he can to what? And that's the spirit of Esau Edom, dealing wisely with our people, man. Because it was one, the Ammonite, what he told him. He said, as long as their God is against them, we could do whatever we want. But if their God is with them, there's nobody that could touch them. So what? The spirit is to keep us they want to keep us in the spirit of upsetting Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. The spirit of going off. I'm going to read this. This is the book of 1 Maccabees. And these are the same spirited motherfuckers back right now, man. Them same Edomites from Alexander, from the Greek, from the Greco-Roman Empire. They're the same devils here right now ruling, using the same system of oppression, the same system of how do we say it? Conquering. That's how they conquer motherfuckers, man. These devils are wise. You ain't always got to come with the sword. I'm gonna read this. This is the 1 Maccabees. Read 1 and 41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. And what happened if we left our laws? Death. Captivity. Read it again. And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathens agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. See, our people was quick to go off. Matter of fact, let me go back to verse 11. It says, in those days there went out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein, that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Man, gave them a license to sin and be wicked. Gave them a license to sin and be wicked. Whereunto they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen. You see Babylon the Great, number of gyms. Motherfuckers, all they care about working out. Women coming in there with their ass out, titties out. Motherfucking pants so tight, he look like he packing a motherfucking pool stick and 2 8-balls. You be like, what the fuck? Hey, put on some clothes, goddamn it. This shit, a number of sodomites up in that motherfucker. That shit weird as hell up in there, man. They go back to these weird heathen Greek customs, man. And it says, and they made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief, man. That's why we say bump the 2/3 who want to hold hands with the heathen, man. You're gonna catch that judgment.